as we started working here, I realized that an order of operations might be useful. Order of operations. An example of this would be we'll start with an easier example. 3 times 4 plus 2 times 7 minus 8. Okay, now I'm not quite sure what this is going to be, but a order of operations here would say I have to, let's write that down on the side. Okay. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We're going to do a bunch of these. Okay, we have to do the order of operations. Anytime it were to say something like solve or simplify, okay, those would be the key words here. If it said solve, or maybe it said simplify. Simplify would probably be more accurate for something that you'd see. It wants you to condense it or consolidate it, make it a simpler number that you can just sort of look at and go, oh, I know where that is on a number line. Simplify. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We don't have any parentheses. We don't have any exponents. I'm looking here. No parentheses, no exponents, but I do have some multiplication, so I have to deal with that first. So I can take 3 times 4, and I'm going to write that out as 12 plus. And then I got 2 times 7, and that's going to be a 14 minus 8. Okay, so that was all my multiplication. You have to do that first. Some of you might be tempted to try to go 4 plus 2 and call it 6. And you might say, ooh, that's a -1. Don't do that. That means you're doing subtraction before multiplication. So make sure you do multiplication first. So you did 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 7 is 14, 8 stays there. Then you can go ahead and subtract this thing really. Well, do the addition. So I'm going to take 12 plus 14. 12 plus 14 would give me 26 minus 8. And 26 minus 8 would give you an 18. So there's your final answer, okay? Slightly more complex now. 8 plus 2 times 4 plus 1 minus 8 plus 4 times 3. Holy camole guacamole, look at all of that mess. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, just to make sure I don't mess up my order, I'm going to put, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, same thing, got to start with it. Parentheses, ooh, I've got some parentheses, so start with the parentheses. 8 plus 2, there's my first, 8 plus 2 is 10. So once I do that, the parentheses disappear. 4 plus 1 minus, and then this whole thing. Now, this parentheses here that I'm going to deal with, all of a sudden it's got an order of operations within it. So I have to do the 4 times 3 first. I have to do this because multiplication comes before the addition. So even though I'm within the parentheses, I have to do the 12 first. So we end up with a parentheses 8 plus 12. And then, of course, I'm going to carry everything down. 10 times 4 plus 1 minus, then 8 plus 12 is 20. Okay, so once you do that 20 there, you can actually erase the parentheses. Once you've done everything inside the parentheses, they can just disappear. So now I got to go, I don't have any more parentheses, I don't have any exponents, but I do have some multiplication right here. So I have to do this multiplication. I can't add this here. You might be tempted. 4 plus 1 is 5. That's wrong. You have to do the multiplication. 10 times 4. So 10 times 4 is in fact 40 plus 1 minus 20. And now I can go 41 because of my addition. That's my addition would be the next thing I have to do. 41 minus 20. And of course, the final answer, dun, da, 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 the final answer is 21. Now, in an ACT, I mean, you can go through all of that by hand, which is nice, or, you know, you could just plug it in and do it on your calculator. If you type careful, your calculator will do this just fine in the correct order, but you have to type it in exactly as you see it written, so be careful not to mess that up. Anyway, I think maybe I'm going to throw in some exponents there. So let's say we had 4 plus 2 squared, we'll put that in parentheses, times 3 plus 1 minus 2 cubed. Okay, that's a good one. Again, this is just, it would say simplify, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and it would probably say simplify the expression. So we go, do we have any parentheses? Yes, we do. So we're going to look first right here at this parentheses. So that one right there. I have an exponent and I have an addition. I have to do the exponent first. So hopefully you're getting a little quicker at this thing. So you can go, the exponent, that's going to give me a 4 plus 2 times 2 squared is 4. Okay, times, oh, I've got another parenthesis I can do. The 3 plus 1 is going to give me a 4, which actually means that I can then erase that parenthesis line now that I've done it. So there's nothing else inside that parenthesis to do. And then I can say minus, please, all my parentheses are gone, 2 cubed. So, well, they're not all gone, so now we got to go over here and do this one. So that's 8 times 4 minus 2 cubed. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at now. So all my parentheses are finally gone. Exponents, I have to deal with that 2 cubed. Now just remember, 2 cubed is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, which hopefully you're going, wait, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, so yes. Okay, so now let's go back to, that's just our aside, so now we can go back to 8 times 4 minus 8, okay? Because I took care of the exponents. Now I can go finally the multiplication. So 8 times 4 is 8 times 2 is 16, times 2 is 30, 16 is 32, so it'd be 32 minus 8, which of course is equal to 24. Okay, so the big thing is just work slowly and go step by step right down the row. Okay. Okay, so now here are a couple that I try. We'll start with an easier one and then a ridiculous one. We will start with 2 plus 4 times 8 minus 3 plus 2 times 2. So that's the first one. Just work slowly and kind of go through it. It's good mental math. It's like a little puzzle. Have fun with that. And then the second one we're going to go with is 4 times 2 plus 3 times 2 plus 3. Whoa, just throwing that guy up there. Be careful of that exponent right there. Minus 1. That's good. Now just be careful. I'm going to give you caution of warning. This exponent here, you have to solve the parenthesis. Please excuse. You have to do everything in the parenthesis first before you can deal with this. So reduce that, then deal with this. So that's going to end up with a 5 squared. Okay, so just be careful, all right? Have fun.